Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to use some tools in your assignment to be able to complete your graph and type in your answers. So you're going to click the link just like you always do for TeacherMade assignments. You can type in your hypothesis. Now what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be testing to see if our activity level has an effect on our heart rate. What do you think? I think it might just a little. So we're going to write our hypothesis here. If I do this, if I do jumping jacks for a minute, or if I run in place for a minute, or if I run around outside my house for 1 minute, then what do you think will happen? Then my heart rate will decrease. Then my heart rate will increase. We don't want to use words like good or better or worse. My heart rate will be better. Better doesn't tell us how. And in science, our results have to be measurable. So if I do this, if I run in place for 1 minute, then my heart rate will go up or my heart rate will go down. You're going to have to decide what you think your hypothesis is, your prediction. And then you're going to collect your information. Now, in class, we're using stethoscopes. Obviously, at home, you're not going to have a stethoscope. So you can take your heart rate without a stethoscope. You don't have to have one. You can take it right here by taking 2 fingers, just like this, and pressing on the side of your neck. Some people can even find it inside their wrist, right here, right? Let's see. If you put your fingers here, you kind of have to push a little bit harder to feel it here because it's farther away from where your heart is. But you should be able to get your heart rate. So you're going to take your heart rate for 10 seconds. You're going to count how many, right? Maybe turn you a timer on your Chromebook or computer for 10 seconds. So you're going to count how many beats in 10 seconds. And you're going to put that number right here. So let's say in 10 seconds, I have 4 beats. And then I'm going to say 4 times 6. What's 4 times 6? 24. Okay. So this is my resting heart rate, 24 beats per minute. Yours should be higher than that. I will be worried about you if it's only 24 beats per minute. Okay. All right. So you're going to follow your directions over here on the side. You're going to take your heart rate. You're going to multiply that heart rate that you take for 10 seconds times 6. You're going to put it there. Okay. Then you're going to do 1 minute of physical activity, right? Whether you want to do jumping jacks or jump rope or run around your house or run up and down your stairs in your house a couple of times. Whatever you do it for 1 minute. And then you're going to do your heart rate again. You're going to take your pulse, right? So you're going to count. Let's say it's at 7, right? We're still only doing it for 10 seconds. So we're going to use our same 10-second timer. 10 seconds, we're going to count our heart rate. So let's say it's 7. 7 times 6 is 42, right? So we're going to put that in there, right? So then we're going to do it for every minute. We're going to take our heart rate for 10 seconds every minute for the next 5 minutes, right? And we're going to record our numbers here. Now, once you have your numbers, you're going to come down here to your table. Now, Miss Young is very particular about graphing, and you have some really cool tools in this to help you be able to graph. So if you look at this bold information and this underlined information, obviously you don't have the class average heart rate. So you're only going to be graphing your one line of your average heart rate. And you're going to be graphing this number, your bigger number. Okay. So we need a title. What are we going to title it? Jumps make my heart rate jump or something, right? You can be creative, but it needs to tell about the information that's in the table. So this is part 1. You must have a title for your graph. Then you're going to come over here on the sides, and you might need to enter a text box. This helps you add text, this big T. And so I'm going to click here, and I'm going to enter some text over here on the side. I can move it, right? And so I need to make this smaller. Let's see if Miss Young can figure it out. There we go. And so I might pull it down here, and I want to count by tens. So that one's going to be 10. I might enter another text box, and I'm going to put it in here. and it can be a lot smaller because it's just going to be my numbers on my graph. So I'm going to skip every other one. So this is 5. This one's 10. I'm going to make that box a little smaller so you can see what it goes with. A little bit bigger. There we go. Okay. So 10. This one's going to have, okay, my 10's going to go to 20. And I'm going to put another one in at the next spot. Oop, that one's really tiny. Okay, we're going to move it, right? So you're going to have to spend some time working on your graph, right? So I've got my 10 line, my 20 line, my 30 line, and I need one more. This one. You can hear all the students getting dismissed in the hallway. And here's 40. Okay. Now, it says, be sure to include title, check, units of measurement. Well, what are these numbers representing? 10 what, 20 what, 30 what? This is going to be in our chart. So let's look. This is our heart rate, beats per minute. So we're going to need another text box to put our label over here on the side, right? This is going to be beats per minute. Okay. Oh, maybe we need to make it a little wider. There we go. And drag it over a little bit. So that's our beats per minute. That's our label on our axis and our unit of measurement, right? And then we're going to have on the bottom, what are we going to have? Well, what information do we have in our table? We've got time. So we're going to have each minute on our table. And anytime we're graphing with time, we always want to put it on the, what do we call this axis at the bottom? X-axis. So this one's going to be time. So let's see if I can space it out. I'm going to skip a few lines. It's going to be minute 2. And we skip 3 lines. 1, 2, 3 boxes. A 4th box. Oops. 3. You see, so you're going to have to spend some time figuring out your parts because the students in class are doing the same thing, except they have to do all of theirs on pencil and paper. So I've got this one, and then if I want, I can add my label. This can be time in minutes. Okay. Oop, I forgot my 0. Ooh, might have to make it a little bigger, right? So you might have to spend some time working on this, okay? So now I'm going to look back at my table and I'm going to find my points. So at minute 0, I had 24 beats that minute. So I'm going to use my little drawing tool and I'm going to make me some points. I'm going to make those points be bright blue so I can see them. And this, I think, is thickness. So let's make it thick so we can find our dot. Okay, so at minute 0, we were at 20, how many seconds? 24 beats. So 25 would be here. So I think it's going to be right in there. So I'm going to make my dot. Okay. And then at minute 1, I was at 42 beats per minute. So I'm going to have to go up. Minute 1, this would be 45. So 42 would be maybe somewhere in here. Right? Then I can take my line drawing tool. See your line drawing tool? And I'm going to start one point. I'm going to drag it to the other point. And it's going to make a straight line for me, right? So you're going to do that for all 5 of your minutes, okay? All 5 of your minutes. You're going to have all these numbers filled in, and you're going to have minute 0. So you should have 6 points that you're going to graph, and you should have all this line graph full, right? We want to use all of our space, okay? Labels on each axis. Do we have that? Do we have all of our numbers and our scale? We've got a title. Awesome. Okay, so then you're going to scroll down and then you're going to answer the questions. Remember, what did the experimenter change? The experimenter is you. What did you change? You changed your what? Activity level, right? So that's going to be our independent variable. What was the response? What changed when you changed your activity level, right? So you did your jumping jacks. What changed? Your heart rate, right? So that's your dependent variable. What patterns or trends did you notice? Did you notice it going just up, or does it go up and then come back down? What do you notice about your table? What does it say? And how does an increase in heart rate help your body maintain homeostasis? Remember, homeostasis is that body balance. So how does your heart rate going up help your body? Well, if you're using more energy in your muscle cells, then what do your cells need more of to keep going through cellular respiration? They're going to need more oxygen. And so your blood has to pump faster to get the oxygen to each of your body's cells. Does that make sense? So in your own words, how does that increase in heart rate help your body maintain homeostasis? Now your conclusion. Now, Miss Young is very particular about the conclusion writing. First thing you need to do is restate your question. If you don't remember what it is, we're going to look up at the top. What's the question? What effect does exercise have on heart rate? In this experiment, we were testing what effect activity level has on heart rate, right? That's restating it. Period. Then you're going to write about what your hypothesis was. I predicted that if my activity level increased, then my heart rate would decrease. Whatever you predicted, whatever your hypothesis was, right? Then you're going to say, my hypothesis was proven or disproven, supported by the evidence or not supported. You're not going to say, I was wrong or I was right, because right and wrong are not measurable. Right and wrong are not good science words, okay? So we're going to use good science words, things that are measurable, things that are observable. That's what we can use in science in our conclusion, right? So was your hypothesis proven through your data that you collected, or was your hypothesis disproven through the data that you collected, okay? Make sure you mention if anything could have impacted your results, like, my mom made me go take out the trash while I was doing my exercise minutes. So I had a longer wait time between, right? So that could have changed my results. Anything other than what you were doing for your experiment that could have impacted your data, you need to talk about in your conclusion. Your conclusion needs to be in complete sentences. That means they start with a capital letter. They end with a punctuation mark. I will take points for not complete sentences and no punctuation. Okay? So, when we're scientists, we have to be able to share our results, and your conclusion is how you're going to share that. Okay? So now when you're done with all of that, which is a lot of work, that's why you guys are going to get 2 days to get it done. Okay? 2 days. And so when you're done with all of this, then you're going to click submit, right? And turn it in. I hope that helped you guys be able to know and understand what you need to do for your experiment for the next couple of days. And I hope you have fun doing it and learning a little bit about the scientific process along the way. Okay? Have a fantastic day.